But before I hop right into this video, I'd like to give a shout out to the sponsor of this video, SeatGeek. Now, I know you guys have already heard of this app, but if you haven't, I would highly recommend you guys go check it out. SeatGeek is the app that takes out confusion out of buying a ticket, be it a game, Broadway show, concert, whatever the case may be. They got you, and they even give you an out of 10 scoring on each ticket to know if you're getting a good or a bad deal, green good, red bad. And if you're still kind of iffy on it, if you use my promo code ModernHoops, you'll get $20 off your first purchase, and there will be a link to it in the description box below. And remember, if you use my promo code ModernHoops, you'll get $20 off your first purchase, so go check them out. Markelle Fultz. So ever since Markelle Fultz got traded to the Orlando Magic around February last season, we haven't really heard a word from him since. It's like he just disappeared and he hasn't really been in the news. And of course, just like anything regarding Markelle Fultz, we don't exactly know why. And now that I think about it, I have no idea why he is currently out right now. Hold up, let me just look this up for a sec. So Markelle Fultz is still currently recovering from a neurogenic thoracic outlet syndrome. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but the Magic has given us little to no information about his current status, and he didn't even play in the Summer League this year. And in a quote, the Magic head coach Steve Clifford said that Markelle Fultz was not ready for 5-on-5 scenarios yet, and there was no timetable for his return. Now, we have all these videos throughout the summer of NBA players working and trying to improve their game, but we haven't seen nothing or heard nothing from Markelle Fultz. So basically, he's still a lost cause. But with that being said, the other day we did get a report that the Magic have decided to pick up Fultz' option and will pay him $12.3 million for the next NBA season. And since this is the only major news we've gotten about Markelle Fultz in a while, today I'm gonna be talking about what it could potentially mean. Now, what's interesting about the Magic picking up Fultz' option next season is how early they decided to do it, and the deadline to pick up a player's option is in October. Also, by doing this, the Magic are going even further over the cap space. So basically, the Magic gotta be impressed about what they've seen from Markelle Fultz or the progress that he's made this offseason. Although we haven't seen much or heard much from him this offseason, but we have heard a lot of positive things from his teammates about him. And in a quote, Jonathan Isaac had this to say about Markelle Fultz: "I've seen Markelle's work ethic and his seriousness about getting on the floor. I think that's what's going to pay off for him, and that's what's going to make him the player that he is. He's a great player. He had some unfortunate situations, but his mindset is to work through them." And the Magic head coach Steve Clifford had this to say about Markelle Fultz a couple days ago: "He can be a dynamic two-way player. I think he's the kind of player where he can play in transition and he can play in the half court. He has a pick and roll game, he can post, he has a high IQ, he knows how to run a team. I recruited Washington DC for a number of years as a college coach. He plays like a DC kid, tough, competitive, hard-nosed, high IQ, and then defensively he's big, he's quick, smart, and he can guard a bunch of different guys, so he can be a really good player at both ends of the floor." So although we haven't really heard a lot from Markelle Fultz since he came to Orlando, but a lot of the things that we have heard has been pretty positive. So we're pretty much past all that drama that was in Philly. Also, the situation he's in Orlando is much better than the situation he was in Philly. And the reason why I think that is because the Magic have a lot fewer expectations than the 76ers heading into the next NBA season, so he'll be able to work his way back up slowly. Another positive about Fultz being on the Magic is that they do need a point guard. Right now, the Magic are playing DJ Augustine and Michael Carter-Williams, which isn't really ideal. The Magic has an interesting group of young players in Aaron Gordon, Mo Bamba, and Jonathan Isaac, and they also re-signed Nikola Vucevic, and they have a number of great role players in Terrence Ross, Alfred Camino, and Evan Fournier. So not only is Fultz in the ideal situation, but he also fits their timeline. Now, I know a lot of people have already lost hope in Markelle Fultz, and I understand why. You know, I kind of did too. Back in Philly, it was always something new, and we were never told about what really happened. But if we were to give Markelle Fultz one more chance to prove himself again, you know, he is in the perfect situation to do that. Overall, we still don't know much about Fultz, and maybe the Magic knows something about him that we don't. But next season, they will be paying him $12 million, so they must be happy about the progress that they've seen from him. And although picking up his option wasn't that big of a risk for them, but that is still a lot of money, and if things don't work out, then they just wasted $12 million for absolutely nothing. But overall, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about Markelle Fultz. Do you think he'll be able to prove himself again next season? And you know, if you do, once again, tell me why. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, share, and subscribe for more NBA content. And don't forget to hit that bell to stay notified when I post a brand new fire video. And if you're feeling generous, give your boy a follow on the gram. But I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you all later. Peace.